Hello, hello, and welcome. Say hello to the people. This is Sparrow. I guess she's joining us today. She just crawled up on my lap. Yeah, today we're talking about more horror movie news. I know that we were here doing this last weekend, but some stuff has happened, hasn't it? Ouch, Sparrow! She's trying to get comfy, but she's like digging her claws into me. I'm sorry. She's a distraction. Bless her. Yeah. So I mean, the horror community has dropped some bombs on us lately. I mean, the most notable things we have to talk about, obviously, are Mike Flanagan taking over the Exorcist franchise, and also Bill Skarsgard returning to the role of Pennywise because it's suspicious. Not the Mike Flanagan thing, the Bill Skarsgard thing. We'll get into it. Maybe suspicious isn't the right word, but like it's just a little fishy. Some stuff is a little fishy. There's also some other like smaller news to get into. A24 just announced a couple more movies on their lineup for this year, and they sound interesting. I think a couple other projects have been announced like just in the last week. So yeah, we do have a surprising amount of stuff to go over, don't we? She's so cute, her little face. Yeah, but I guess I'll see who's here first, and then we can just get into it. Oh, wait, no, first, yeah, I'm going to be having a cider tonight. I know that for a lot of my American viewership, it's earlier in the day, but in the UK, it's 8 p.m., and this is my last weekend here. My friends are out and about right now, and they're drinking also, and I want to feel included in the fun, so I thought that we would have fun together. Anyway. Oh, cheers. I forgot to say cheers. Cheers. Wait, who's here? Oh, George. Long time no see. Glad to have you. Hello. Happy Pride Month. First of all, oh my gosh. Oh, I need my glasses. I'm too far away from my screen right now. My glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Oh, it's so much better. Hello, Armando. Yes, welcome. I'm gonna get started to talk more horror news. The Cult and Hive Mother. That's a new one. I didn't know we were drinking tonight. Got some beers to join in. I'm seeing your elf ears on my. Yeah, they're going to like a Renaissance themed party basically, and so Seb was wearing some elf ears tonight, and so I tried them on. I really like them, but they're way too big on me, so I just looked like Dobby. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free. That's pretty good. I have to like smoke a little bit first for my to get the Dobby effect on my voice. Look at her. Time for an ice cold one. Hell yeah. Hello. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay on my end. So curious what the news is. Well, you'll get it, baby. Yeah, throw me a like, the algorithm likes it. Hello from Argentina. Hi, Noah. Good to have you. So excited for this summer. Yeah, Longlegs and Maxine being a week apart is going to be such a treat. I agree. Ugh. Hello. Also, if you hear some like ruckus with some dogs in the background, if she like jumps off my lap in fear at some point, there's only a couple of dogs here tonight, but such is life with those rascals. How excited am I for Maxine? I'm pretty excited. I feel like Longlegs is going to be the movie of the summer, though. Actually, no. Lies. I lied. I think that Longlegs will probably be the better movie of the two, but I think that Maxine is probably going to be like the movie of the summer, just because it's going to be the one that more people go to see. People are going to be geeking out over the performances and all that, and the stacked cast and everything, right? Excuse me. Yeah, Mike Flanagan is currently one of the best directors working today, period. If he's attached to anything, you have my attention. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I missed that. Didn't they start filming the Pennywise show a while ago? Why did they just announce? Right. So that's why, I suppose that's part of why I said it was a little bit suspicious. I don't think it was ever announced that it was like in production. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like someone can just do a quick Google search or something. But I remember seeing announcements that like they had started getting to work in the writer's room. Like they took a picture I don't know if it's like the Warner Brothers offices or something, but they had decorated them with red balloons, and they said, I think they had like a banner that said "Welcome to Derry," and so they were just announcing like, "Oh, we're writing it now. It's going to come out in 2025." I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I don't remember a production announcement, but maybe they did. I just remember what was fishy about it to me was that I remember Bill Skarsgård saying that he wasn't going to come back to the role. But we can get there in a minute. I'll look that up because I swear to God he was like interviewed. He was no. Sorry, I have the light plugged into the PS4 and it went to sleep, I guess. And I don't really know how to make it not do that. Sparrow is determined to stay on my lap as well. Hold on. I gotta wake up my light source really quick. Oh, Sparrow. Oh my gosh. Chaos. Okay. Hello? Wake up. Wake up. Let me see if that worked. No. How do I don't know how the PS4 works. Okay. How do I turn it on? Okay. There we go. She figured it out. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. But yeah, well, I'll look into that. I'll see if I can find, because I swear to God, he was like quoted and he was saying that he wasn't going to come back to it. Like he's moved on from the character or something. Hello, happy Pride Month. Watching all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Ooh, nice. Perfect timing. It was accidental. I agree with that. Oh, last day of school and first day of Pride Month. Fun. Oh, hello from Scotland. Match with the cider with a coffee. That's a good idea if you're in the States. Oh, thank you. Prayers being answered. My Flanagan is going to release a physical media copy of Hush. Yeah, with special features, audio commentary, behind the scenes stuff, and more. He said soon. Yeah, I did say that was in yesterday's video on the second channel. I talked about like my top 10 streaming movies that I want on physical media, and Hush was on there, of course. And I did say that like he had teased that good news was coming soon, and I think more news has come out about that. So we can also talk about that as well. Appreciate the tip. Yeah, friend is sort of earthy style. Yeah, it's mostly Seb. Like he really does like all the decorating. Like that's his altar and everything. They got a good vibe in their home. Oh, it's glitchy? Comes from the video stalling. Oh no. Glitchy for you too? Oh no. Is it glitchy forever? Is it still? This was 4 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I'm kind of behind on the stream. Busted. It looks fine on my end. That's weird. It's probably my Wi-Fi. Oh, connection is unstable. Boo. Boo. It worked down here before. Oh no. Well, that sucks. I mean, it's kind of out of my control, honestly. At least the audio is fine. Let me see. It's mostly just pixely, very glitchy. It's the Wi-Fi. I don't really think there's anything I can do about that because I can't reset it in the middle of a stream. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm sorry though. That sucks ass. Hopefully it'll get better. I'm not really sure what I should do about that. I guess I could. Oh no, I can't. I can't do that. The stream is now a Blair Witch stream. Oh gosh, the witch. She's come for me. That's really, really weird. This is where I streamed from last time. So I'm not really sure what I can do. Because if I disconnect from the Wi-Fi or anything, then that's it. The stream ends. I'd have to like restart it and everything. Hello everybody. Hello from the Netherlands. Welcome. Well, if the audio is fine, the show's just got to keep going, and hopefully the Wi-Fi will get its shit together. It's also it's not my home. I'm very, very excited to like be home for the sole reason of being able to like work with my normal workflow again and having Wi-Fi that doesn't give up on me when I'm in the middle of a stream. Yeah, well, at least okay. At least we have the audio. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, then this one might be kind of a tough watch for you if you just want to like listen to it podcast format. My live streams never have the best visuals anyways, so hopefully everybody's okay with that. Yeah, I'll still be like engaging with the comments and everything. Let me know how the comments show up. Somebody said the new Quiet Place looks like a Marvel movie. I thought that as well because I did end up watching the trailer. Not thoroughly. Like I watched like the beginning of it and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll cover my eyes or whatever. But yeah, no, I agree. It's becoming just very, very blockbuster. I thought that with the second movie when it became more action heavy and felt much more Walking Dead than horror film, where the first movie feels very much like a drama horror through and through. So I already wasn't really hopeful for it. So whatever, you know. Oh, the comments show up. Go with the flow. It'll be fine. They show up just fine. Well, at least okay. We have everything but the good picture quality today, I guess. Fucking hell. You know, you pay so much for your streaming engine, and this is what you get if the Wi-Fi. It's weird though because on my computer the Wi-Fi is showing up like full 3 bars. It's only on StreamYard that it's telling me my connection is unstable. StreamYard, kiss my ass, okay? Anyway, all right. I guess let's get into. We were talking about Bill Skarsgard a bit, and welcome to Derry, anyways. So I figure we just get into that. I am going to be reacting to this article, and let's test this out. If I'm really laggy, I wonder how it's going to be if I share my screen. Have a hunch it's probably going to be really laggy and look like shit, but we're just going to find out. Okay, so welcome to Derry's bringing a familiar face back to terrorize the children. Bill Skarsgard. Premiere sometime in 2025. It'll be a prequel to the movies from Andy Muschietti. We know that. Also, Bill Skarsgård is set to star and executive produce, which I find very, very interesting. I'm not familiar with literally any of this cast. James Remar was apparently in Oppenheimer. I guess I should know who that is. I've never seen Watchmen, otherwise I should know who that is too, but oh well. But yeah, the Muschietti siblings, they're going to be on it. I guess just producing. Oh no, Muschietti is going to be directing 4 of the episodes of the 9-episode series. Oh, so it's really just like the same team from the remake films. All right, interesting. It'll be set in the 1960s and the time leading up to the events of It Part 1. Yeah. Wait, Jason Fuchs is I'm sorry if you can't read it, one of his credits that they listed in parentheses in this article was Ice Age Continental Drift. Love that for him. That's so funny. He's gonna be one of the co-runners for the prequel series. So yeah, I guess that's all that we know. I find it really interesting that Bill Skarsgård is getting much more into executive producing because he was an executive producer on Boy Kills World and had a very odd role in that movie that I just did not really see for him. So what I'm assuming happened, my conspiracy is that he just was cut a really fat check because I swear to God, he said he wasn't going to come back to the character. Bill Skarsgård not returning for Welcome to Derry. Let me catch up with your comments though and see how it's looking. Articles appear just fine. That's so weird. Okay, that's so weird. Scrolling looks behind. All right. I mean, you excited to see Bill and Nosferatu? I am. That's my most anticipated of the year. That is my most anticipated of the year. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot he was a producer on Barbarian too. That's very interesting. Oh, Fuchs wrote Argyle. Dude, everybody thought that was terrible. Oh no. You're down if the filmmakers from the movies are going to be involved so heavily. Asher's Evil Dead and Sam Raimi direct an episode or 2. Yeah, I think so. But hey. Dogs barking. Guys, chill out. What are you here? There's nobody here. It's all right. Settle down. All right? I think they got into a disagreement or something over a toy. Cece. It's okay, honey. It's all right. It's all right, honey. Yeah, it's all right. You want to come here? You want to say hi? Oh, wait. She doesn't like being picked up. You can't. There's a little fluffy thing right here, though. You wanna. Yeah, this is Cece. She's very adorable, but she got a little worked up, didn't she? Yeah. You okay? Were they fighting over a toy? It's fine. Why don't you guys go to bed? Huh? Why don't you go to bed? You were just let out. Sorry, I'm babysitting tonight. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Yeah, the filmmaker is being involved. Yeah, I'm hopeful because they did so well with it in 2017. And with it chapter 2, they had a really, really difficult task in front of them, and I feel like they kind of did the best that they could with what they had, because if you haven't watched my massive It franchise deep dive, you definitely should. I think that's to this day still the longest video I've ever made. It's an hour and 33 minutes long, and I do a deep dive of the book, of the original miniseries, of both of the modern adaptations. And in that video, I really get into the fact that I think that it's a book that's impossible to adapt properly, just because of like how outlandish the material is. And so I feel like with a prequel series, since there is no material to base it off of, I do think they would have an easier time with that than something like It Chapter 2. So, you know, most of us didn't love It Chapter 2, didn't think it was handled very well. I mean, the same thing with the second half, like with Night 2 of the miniseries. It's the same thing. Like, they ran into the exact same problems. I don't really blame them for that anymore. And I think they'll do well with the prequel series. I mean, we'll see, because with this, they don't have the groundwork for like all these amazing original characters that King came up with. But you know, I have faith. Like, I'll be interested, and of course, I'm glad Bill Skarsgård is coming back, but I honestly was pretty excited to see somebody else in the role. Something about like watching the behind the scenes of the newer movies and seeing Bill Skarsgård's interviews and stuff, it was such a lightning in a bottle type moment that I'm not as excited as you might think I would be to see him come back to the character. Like, when you watch the footage from behind the scenes of them wrapping on the second movie, like they went back to do reshoots, but then when Andy Muschietti calls wrap on the scene, and like he and Bill, don't walk over the wire, Doug. Sorry, there's a dog here that is getting too close to the wire of the light. Anyways, when they called wrap on that, like, it just felt like such a special moment, because back then, like, that's all we thought that we were getting. Like, him coming back to the role was never on the table. So it makes that feel like a little less special. Do you know what I mean? I'll see how you feel in the comments here. Hey, what's up? Apparently, hello. On my end, the comments are coming up a little bit delayed. Wait. Oh, didn't even see the dog for a second. Oh, right. Duh. Anyway, at least looks like the sound is still good. Bill originally said they hadn't asked him closer to when it was first announced, but I guess they just haven't gotten to revealing it until now. Let me see. I Google searched Bill Skarsgård not returning for Welcome to Derry, but all the stuff that's coming up is just the articles that were released yesterday. Let's see. But a year ago, he did confirm that he was not currently involved with Welcome to Derry. So yeah, I mean, all this stuff is, everybody's reporting on this because it's like the biggest horror news in forever. But okay, wait, I found an article from May of, it was updated May 31st. It was posted on March 30th of last year. And he said, as of now, I'm not currently involved with it. If someone else gets to do it, my advice would be do it your own, make it your own, have fun with it. What I found pleasurable about that character is how abstract he was. Yeah, so I guess back then it was still pretty vague, like what the vibe was going to be, who was going to get the role. I don't know why I had it in my head that he said like he was done with the role. I don't know why I thought that. Your biggest hope is for the black spot, which connects Mike's family to Pennywise. If you don't know, the black spot was a black nightclub that was burned to the ground. Yes, that's in the book. I think I covered that really briefly as part of like the differences of Mike's character from the book to the films. I think I covered that really briefly. But that would be a really, that's around that same time period, I think, since it's set in the 1960s. I think that's around when that happened in the book. That would make the most sense, I feel like. So yeah, I don't know how much it's going to be tied to the original Losers because it's about the events leading up to that. So maybe the characters are going to be like their family members back in the day. I don't know. I was upset how the 50s horror monsters Pennywise turned into for Richie didn't make it. I don't see a second part of your comment, but yeah. I think that's more about just like the licensing of the characters that they couldn't do that. Warner Bros. Couldn't do that, but I have no idea. Like I have no idea what's public domain and what isn't. But in the original miniseries, he does turn into a wolf, right? Is that it though? I can't remember. I wish Bill would play a new horror character that could potentially become an icon. I agree. Oh, hello. Tuning in even 17 minutes late after the start of the stream felt bad. Don't worry about it. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today. Out of my control, unfortunately, but yeah. Hello. Jennifer Love Hewitt said she was in preliminary phone calls about the new movie. Right, also teased Carla when asked about her on Instagram. Yeah, they're like still in talks. They're in talks, so it's fine. I appreciate that. People are talking about Abigail in the comments too. Yeah, you don't mind him being there. You'd like to see him as Green Goblin or Hobgoblin. What is Hobgoblin? I love Willem Dafoe as a real Green Goblin. I like to see Bill. Yeah, no, I agree because I also saw recently, it's not horror related, but I saw that for the next Tom Holland Spider-Man installment, they want him to fight the Green Goblin again and Doc Ock. And I'm just like, it's the exact same complaint I have with this. It's like trying to recapture what was lightning in a bottle. You can't do that. It's also oh my gosh, so many parallels. It's the exact same thing with the new Deadpool Wolverine popcorn bucket and how they made it like purposefully kind of sexual. It's like the reason why it was funny with the Dune popcorn bucket is because it was on accident. Like you can't do that on purpose. Sorry. The black spot was mentioned in the first film. I would hope that they'd bring it back. There's so much lore for all of the characters they could dive into. I really don't know which lane they'll go. Sorry, taking a drink if you can't see me. A few months ago, they showed sneak peek clips from Welcome to Derry during a preview of, interesting. So they must have shot quite a bit of it already then. I guess it really wouldn't take too long to shoot only Bill's parts, I think it's really interesting like how long it took them to announce that. It must have been a big back and forth. Bill was like, I'm only coming on if I can be an executive producer, and they were like, we're not sure we want to cut you a check that big yet. And he was like, I'll wait. And then I don't know if they thought that the show had lost steam. I guess I would assume that they always wanted to get Bill on it, but he's been booked and busy, man. Like he's been doing other stuff. Or maybe they really were just holding out to, build more hype and like, keep us strung along before the show comes out. I don't know. Oh, hello from Wales. Oh, you're nearby. Welcome. You can see Welcome to Derry as a prequel show, but it's also cool if the show does flashbacks to another previous 30 years when we striked again. Wait, what? Like new characters facing Pennywise, not the losers. I would be totally fine with like a completely fresh set of characters. I'd be cool with that. Hobgoblin is another Spider-Man villain who's basically a Green Goblin clone, but a different color scheme. Oh, I don't think I'd be super interested in that. Green Goblin is so iconic in the films. Like, I don't think I'd want something super similar. I'd want something super different. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like exactly. It's they want to recapture the lightning in a bottle of No Way Home, and it's just not going to happen. But they think that that's the only way that people are going to go see a new Spider-Man movie. Apparently, now they learn all the wrong lessons. I swear to God. Oh, which movie should I watch and rent first? Omen, Abigail, or Immaculate? I haven't watched any of them yet. Well, it depends if you're planning on watching all of them anyways. If you want to just pick one, I would say the first Omen is the best and most worthwhile to spend your money on. If you're going to watch all of them, I would go from worst to best. So I would go Abigail, then Immaculate, and then the first Omen. Yeah, that's what I would do. Dogs are running around trying to police each other, growling and stuff. Todd, it's all right. Toddy, go to bed. Oh, thank you. Ever consider doing a Brian De Palma deep dive? I just need to get into his filmography more in general because, quite honestly, no. Like, he's just one of them guys that it's kind of a blind spot for me. I did do a deep dive. Oh, Toddy, hey, be nice. Todd, be nice. That's not okay. My gosh, barking at Doug. Why are you barking at Doug, silly? Hi, Toddy. Here. Gremlin. Creature that is barking at the other creature. Oh, wait, you can't see me, can you? Probably still lagging. Doug, don't walk over the light. Don't walk over the light. Go back. Thank you. Oh, it's so hilarious. You guys can't even see what's going on. Anyway. Yeah, Brian De Palma. I'm really not too familiar with the guy. Oh geez, the light went off again. This is too much. This is a tough day. This is too much. I don't know how to keep it on. But I guess it doesn't matter if you can't see me anyways, right? Oh, this is ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. I guess I could use like my phone light or something. This is just no fun. Light's not coming back on. There it is. There it is. I guess it doesn't matter anyways. I mean, can anybody see me? Are Toddy and Doug fighting about the Wicked Witch of the East? The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. They could be fighting about anything. I don't know what's up with those two. Toddy is sleeping like an angel now. Doug is upset. He's walking around. I don't know what his deal is. Anyways, oh my gosh. Getting so derailed today. I'm over it. I'm at a coffee shop working on some drawings. Bunch of loud kids straight out of Stranger Things just walked in. I'm starting to feel old. Well, yeah, all the trends are coming back. I suppose children walking around are looking like they're coming straight out of the 80s these days. Oh, you got to see, I haven't even gotten to see In a Violent Nature or I Saw the TV Glow yet. First one is honestly frustrating. Second is bleak but good. A24 can still make interesting movies. I still check them out. I'm probably going to miss seeing I Saw the TV Glow in theaters. I'm so pissed about that because it's ending its theatrical run like right before I get back to the States. It's not playing here. Doug, you all right, buddy? It's all right, Doug. He's whining about something. I just let you out. Man, I'm not so good with dogs. I don't understand them. Anyway, yeah, I Saw the TV Glow. I'm so bummed. I'm probably missing out on that one. In a Violent Nature, I booked a ticket for literally like 2 days after I get back to the States, but it's a really late showtime and I'm going to be so jet lagged. So I'm going to do my best to get a review out for that one, but that might be a tough viewing experience. I'm a little worried I'm going to fall asleep, but we'll do our best, okay? Anyway, yeah, it looks so cool. I think the director Jane Schoenburn is so interesting, and I just really, really want to follow their career. They blew up a bit with the release of I Saw the TV Glow. Like it's getting really, really good reviews and stuff. And I'm so jealous of everyone that's seen it. It only released in LA and New York, and it was in my theater, but while I'm not there. So whatever. In a Violent Nature, I should be seeing that one in theaters though. I should be. You heard that it was pretentious, but that it might be up my alley. I heard the opposite. I heard it was like very raw and real for people. Oh, hey, Desi. Glad that you got to pop in. Yeah, hopefully my local AMC will be showing A Violent Nature next weekend. Hopefully. Yeah, it's in my theater right now. I think I'm easy to please. I loved Abigail, Halloween 5 at Chapter 2, Five Nights at Freddy's. Then you're lucky, you know? That's great. You know, yeah, it sucks about missing the TV glow. I know. I can see On Violent Nature. I can tell you for sure you'll fall asleep. Damn. Sorry, but it's true. It'll be on Shutter soon. I prefer the theatrical experience, so I'm still gonna give it a shot. Anyway, excuse me. Hello. Also, is the image of me, is it still shit? Because it's still saying that my Wi-Fi is shit, so I'm just assuming that it is. Which sucks, because I got a really cute background today, and I got dogs and cats making appearances, but anyhow, even if it is, you should be able to see this just fine. So let's go through the news about Mike Flanagan taking over the Exorcist franchise for Blumhouse. So just want to give you the lowdown. He is not only directing it, he's going to be writing it and producing it too. So he's coming in hot, okay? Mike Flanagan is going to be back in theaters. I'm so excited because he hasn't been since Dr. Sleep, which was 2019. Dr. Sleep 2019? I think. It's been a long time, okay? So super excited. I think by the time the movie comes out, it will have been like 6 years since he released a movie in theaters because he's been on that Netflix grind, you know what I mean? The film will tell an all-new story set in the Exorcist universe and is not a sequel to David Gordon Green's The Exorcist Believer. Plans for that trilogy are no longer moving forward. Flanagan said, "The Exorcist is one of the reasons I became a filmmaker. It's an honor to have the chance to try something fresh, bold, and terrifying within its universe. Reuniting with my friends at Blumhouse, with whom I've made some of my favorite pieces of work, only makes this more exciting." Mike's voice and vision are indispensable for horror fans. We're excited to welcome him back to Blumhouse. I immediately responded to Mike's new take on the world of The Exorcist and can't wait for audiences to experience it, said Jason Blum, founder and CEO of Blumhouse. It's an honor to be working with Mike. I think his vision for the franchise is going to stun audiences worldwide, and I could not be more excited to be working with him. Trevor, Jason, the entire Blumhouse team, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Oh, Trevor Macy. Intrepid Pictures. Yeah, I think he also produced Oculus as well. I can't remember Hush and Ouija Origin of Evil, but Trevor Macy is a producer that's worked with Flanagan, I think several times. Because I'm pretty sure I covered him in my deep dive of Mike Flanagan. It's not like the pairing of, like Robert Tappert and Sam Raimi. They're not like buddy like that, but I think that they've worked on a lot of Blumhouse projects together. Thank you, Desi. Here for a second. One, keep the fairy ears. Okay. As a fellow Fey Witch, I approve. Number 2, yay, Mike Flanagan, there is hope. 3, have a drink for me because it's midday for us and I'm working. That's fair. I am working on it. Yes. Okay. So, it is still shit. Damn, that sucks. I don't really know what I can do, to be honest. Maybe I can leave the studio and then come back. Let me see if that's an option. Hold on. Okay. Don't know. It still says that my Wi-Fi is shit. So I left and I came back. I don't know if it'll be any different, but let's just keep talking about Mike Flanagan and The Exorcist. So yeah, to unpack, if anybody here is new to the world of the horror fandom and all of that, if you weren't around last October, David Gordon Green released an absolutely dog shit film, The Exorcist Believer. Nobody liked that. And it's unclear whose decision it was. I would honestly be inclined to believe David Gordon Green when he says it was his choice to take a step back from the franchise, because if I were him, I would have done the same thing. You have Halloween Ends and then you have The Exorcist Believer and nobody likes them. Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with these fandoms. And this is the second time that Mike Flanagan has come in to more or less save a franchise for Blumhouse, because the Blumhouse released Ouija. Was the first Ouija movie just called Ouija? I don't remember. And then Mike Flanagan came in and directed the sequel, Ouija Origin of Evil. I think that movie has its problems. I don't think the third act is very good. Excuse me. But I think I still give the movie like 3.5 stars because I find it a very enjoyable watch. And I will rewatch it. It's a movie I will rewatch. So I find it very interesting that Mike Flanagan is going to be doing this for Blumhouse again. I mean, we knew that they weren't just going to give up on the Exorcist franchise. Universal Studios, what was it? They spent, was it like $300 million on just the rights alone to the Exorcist franchise? So we knew that they weren't going to give up entirely. Like, we knew that. But honestly, like, I didn't see this coming, and I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. If he is not only directing it but writing it as well, and he was the one that came in and pitched the idea, like, good for you, Mike Flanagan. He saw this opening and he was like, The Exorcist gave me reason to live as a young filmmaker, and I'm gonna go and throw my hat in the ring or whatever. I love that for him. It means nothing to me that Jason Blum is like, we immediately responded to his ideas, because I think Jason Blum has terrible taste. So that means nothing to me, but Mike Flanagan means everything to me. So yes, have hope. I do. Let's see. Never been a big fan of the Exorcist franchise. I think the original is okay. The new one was fine. I do like Mike Flanagan, so I'm excited to see what he cooks for us. I feel like his take on it would be my favorite of the entire franchise. The original movie is also a movie I give 3.5 stars because, like, I get it. I enjoy myself more or less. I rewatch it, but it's not a favorite of mine. And Mike Flanagan, with his whole background, like growing up having a devoutly religious family and reading the Bible at a young age, I mean, Midnight Mass as a show, like, are we serious? The way that he tackles religion, I'm so pleasantly surprised by this announcement. I think he is the exact right person for the job. So yeah. I couldn't believe that Hollywood actually listened to the fans and scrapped the idea of the Exorcist believer. I mean, it just was that bad. You know what I mean? And it might not even have been that. Like, I am not convinced that they wouldn't have gone ahead with the trilogy if David Gordon Green was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, Mike Flanagan has such a unique take on religion. This is great news. One of the best directed really cool stuff. Yes. The Exorcist Believer made a ton of money. They would have done a sequel though, even if it wasn't good. Didn't it make like a decent amount? Hold on. The Exorcist Believer budget was $30 million. And it made $137 million. Like, it made a lot of money. That's why I'm not convinced that Blumhouse wouldn't have just gone ahead and done the trilogy anyways with David Gordon Green. I think that David Gordon Green was just like sick of all of our shit. That's what I think. Mike Flanagan, one of the maggots. Mike Flanagan, true. Listen, I guess I should brag about that more often, but he's been a patron. He's been subscribed to my Patreon for over a year now. Because I think it was last May that I released my deep dive of him and his career. And he's been a patron ever since. Yeah. So I just see that they have no problem abandoning the OG trilogy plan, but seeing these movies anticipated makes us on the ship for something new. Yeah. Oh, it's a little better. A little bit. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I said I'll be right back. I was just quoting Stu, you know. A stupid Wi-Fi. I don't know why. This is where I streamed last time. Remember? Yeah, Before I Wake, it's worth watching. It's not one of my favorites of his, but it's worth watching. Hey, look at me, defying horror rules. You know, that's me. You're not excited because you hate religion and horror movies. I feel like the Christian religion has every place in horror movies. What? What are you talking about? Christianity is like the reason behind several mass wars. Like, what are you talking about? It's horrific in parts. Yeah, Wi-Fi, the horror motion picture. Don't get me started. Don't get me. Jason Blum is my enemy. He had no ideas, which is why he went with David Gordon Green in the first place. Yeah, really just like not, even though I liked David Gordon Green's first and second Halloween films, that's not at all the style that I would want in an exorcism film. I would want it to feel much more like Midnight Mass or The First Omen. Like, I wouldn't, you know, the guy that directed Pineapple Express doing The Exorcist, like, no, I don't think so. Being that Matthew Lillard is going to be in Mike Flanagan's The Life of Chuck, you're hoping he'll be part of the Flanagan universe and be in the new Exorcist? Oh, I really hope he joins the Flanagan family too. I think he will. They're both like very wholesome people, you know, by all accounts. It seems that they would, you know, really get along and make a bunch of stuff together. Or at least I hope they would, you know. You like the characters and the OG Exorcist story and execution, not so much. I'm the same. I suppose that's the same for me too. My dad is another breed. He really liked the Exorcist Believer and Madam Web, along with the Poltergeist and Pet Sematary remakes. Oh my god. Listen, maybe he's just a man that likes entertainment value. Sometimes I feel like for the common audience member, if you ask anybody just out on the street, they watch movies for the entertainment value and not really anything else, you know? It, like, if you're a movie lover, the story is probably different, but for the average Joe out there, you know, believe it or not, we are a bit of a bubble here on the internet. And when you step outside of it, like, I think that's how most people feel. Hit him up for a job on the next Exorcist. Yeah, sure. I have emailed him in the past and messaged him on Patreon being like, do you want to do an interview? But I haven't heard back. And he's a busy guy. That's fine. I don't know what his assistant's info is. I don't really know how to get a hold of him. It's fine. He's a supporter of the channel and the Patreon. We love it. So it's okay. Speaking of Flanagan, when the GoFundMe reached 5K, get that interview. You're right. I should spam him. I should be more persistent, but I just don't like doing that. Strange to me there has been a horror movie centered around a YouTuber in the vein of Misery. I want to create a channel, but I'm afraid of weirdos and stalkers. Well, boy, do I have good news for you, because that's what my next short film is about, but I think you guys all already knew that. Yeah, it's about a YouTuber. So it's not about weirdos and stalkers, though, but I won't spoil it. Nothing lands for you. Williams Pooh. That sounds like a new name in the chat. Matthew Lillard is the king of horror. He certainly was like the king of 90s and early 2000s. King of horror. If I had to choose an actor that was the king of horror, I feel like my gut reaction is to say Robert Englund. But I don't know. I don't know. Matthew Lillard did do a lot of horror. He did. I mean, he's done a lot of horror, you know, but can I call him the king of horror? I just don't know that, because I feel like his appeal, he's just such an appealing person, just such a down-to-earth, like, chill guy, does a lot of fun movies. He has such a broad appeal that I think that's why I'm resistant to call him the king of horror, because like everybody loves him, you know? Yeah, looking forward to it. Hell yeah. It's not really about me. But it's a little bit of a self-insert because it does explore some of like my fears, but it's not the main character is not a self-insert. Neither are like the themes and stuff, but it does explore some of my fears for sure. Was Madam Web last year? I thought it was earlier this year. Am I tripping? Nice to hang with you too. Go get that money. He probably never saw your original post. He's so busy. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how to get a hold of that man. It's fine. He's living his life. He's directing the new Exorcist movie. He's probably writing it right now. Like, you know, it's okay. There's another Exorcist movie feature, Russell Crowe. No, we're talking about like the actual Exorcist franchise. I know the Russell Crowe thing really confuses me too. I haven't even looked into that. I suppose that we probably should have already talked about that, right? Like by now. But Russell Crowe, not only is he doing the second Pope's Exorcist movie, but there's already a trailer out for a different type of exorcism movie that he's also going to be in. That confuses me deeply. Like, why are you, why, what? I don't know. Russell Crowe confuses me. Oh, Justin Long is horror royalty. Absolutely. I think in Justin Long's filmography, there's definitely more horror and definitely like more range within the genre. He even did an episode of Creep Show. He did an episode of Creep Show. I think it was the finale of season 3. So he's everywhere, man. Oh, Barbarian, Jeepers Creepers, Tusk. Ugh. He does some weird stuff. I love Justin Long so much. Oh, Vincent Price. What am I talking about? Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Vincent Price is the king of horror. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. I agree. But you guys can have different answers. It's fine. Oh, hello. Hello. King of horror. Chucky. Oh my god. I inhaled my spit. Holy hell. Holy hell. Oh, that was scary. Chucky is actually another very, very, very good answer. Wow. Oh, it's really hard for me to say because obviously, like, I'm alive while Brad Dourif is still rocking that role. Like, he's spanned across 80, 90, what? He's spanned across 5 decades now, Chucky has. Like, the impact, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Vincent Price, I mean, listen, he was around for an even longer amount of time, but I think that Chucky will stand the test of time as well and probably be around for an equal amount of time as Vincent Price. It's hard for me to compare the two because I wasn't alive while Vincent Price was doing his thing and being the king of horror. And so it's like, it's hard for me to just definitively say that it is Vincent Price just because he came before Chucky did, because I feel like the impact it's got to be similar. I don't know. I haven't seen Eaten Alive yet. Gotta do it. But Robert Englund's got to be up there, right? I haven't watched Madam Web yet. I kind of want to though. You think the actor from Candyman is a king of horror because he's done so many things outside of Candyman that is horror related? I'm sorry, my light went off again. Jesus Christ! I don't know how to keep it on, y'all. I don't understand how PS4s work. I can only tell you that so many times. Turn on. There's no button. It's gonna take a minute. Get in there. Ugh. Anyway, that's just gonna happen like every 20 minutes, and that's fine. Tony Todd. That's true. I just don't think that he's been in enough, he hasn't been in enough IP that's commercially popped off. Do you know how much Chucky merch is out there? And then subsequently, like, Tiffany merch. I don't think Tony Todd has ever had anything that's so brandable, I mean, Candyman is an incredible character. But there's not a lot of like Candyman merch, you know what I mean? It's not as deeply ingrained in the culture as something like Chucky, I would say. But that's we love Tony Todd, we do. Yeah, I'm wondering what role Kate Siegel will have in the new Exorcist. Oh my gosh, do you think she's gonna be like the new Ellen Burstyn? Do you think he's gonna have her be like the mother figure in the movie? Do you think it's even going to center on family? I do. Show of hands. I do think that Mike Flanagan's Exorcist is going to be all about like family values and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like very, very similar to The Haunting of Hill House. And if like if they explore family dynamic concerning religion. I mean, they also kind of did that in Midnight Mass, but I feel like that was much more of an ensemble of different types of characters within that town, and not so much family centric. Fall of the House of Usher, obviously very family centric, but that wasn't so much based upon like family relationships as it was just like what money does to people and all different types of people within one family. So I think it would probably feel the most similar to Haunting of Hill House in how he would explore religion and relationships. Would be my guess. I'm really curious what direction you guys think he would go. Oh yeah, I saw some of the posts with Matthew Lillard as well. You what you want, my friends, but it's pricey. I honestly like horror conventions. I know that I'll continue to go to them throughout my life, but I'm gonna start being really, really picky with the ones that I go to, because all it really is just a place where like you hemorrhage money. You spend money to be there, to talk to all the people, to buy stuff, to buy food, to buy alcohol. You literally you just hemorrhage money. Like that's the only thing you can do at those places. There's no other activities unless I wanted to do like speed dating or something there, but I'm not gonna do that. No. So it's you just go and you just hemorrhage money. Like save your money on that for sure. Yeah, Russell Crowe is being typecast just like Liam Neeson in action films. I know, and it's weird. He's like the last person I would have expected to fall into that path, you know? Kane Hodder is obviously horror royalty. Wouldn't call him the king, though. I think Vincent Price is like, I think that's the best choice. The queen of horror is old gen and newer gen. Oh, God. Oh, that's too hard of a question. That's what old gen, I guess I would probably say Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, I don't know. I'm trying my best. Guys. I'm all right. I just inhaled a little too excitedly. But yeah, I would probably, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is the best answer. New age, I would probably say Melissa Barrera, honestly, or Samara Weaving. I think Melissa Barrera. I think she's more popular with the girlies. Like she's really doing the thing right now. She's got some other horror projects coming out this year. People loved her in Abigail. They loved her in the Scream movies. She's currently apparently writing a lesbian rom-com or something. She's like this gorgeous jack of all trades. We love her. Yeah, that's probably who I would say in the current moment. But I mean, no, probably actually no. Once Wednesday season 2 comes out, it's gonna be Jenna Ortega again. So then I'd probably say Jenna Ortega. Is that fair? I don't know. We love Tobin Bell, but I wouldn't call him the king of horror, probably. Yeah, Robert Englund, he's got range. He's another actor. I haven't seen nearly enough of his filmography. Start wiggling the controller every once in a while. I'm pretty sure that the controller like straight up doesn't work. Like they use it to like play movies and stuff on the TV, but they just like press the buttons until it wakes up enough to like do a command and then it just dies immediately. So I don't even think that the controller really works. Although I'll grab it. I don't know how it works though. I don't even know how to turn this on. Press the PS button, probably. Oh shit. As soon as I grabbed it, the light turned off. That's not what I wanted. No, it's not working. Oh, jeez. For some reason, I don't know why, because it didn't turn off or anything, but the light just went off. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, Lon Chaney Jr., Peter Cushing, of course, like they're up there. Dracula, that guy, Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi. I only learned when I did my Frankenstein deep dive that it was actually pronounced Bela. Didn't know that. Neve Campbell, I don't think that she reigns supreme above Jamie Lee Curtis. I just don't. I prefer like Scream over Halloween and all that jazz, and would probably choose like Neve Campbell as a favorite over Jamie Lee Curtis. But I don't think culturally, I think it's Jamie Lee Curtis, especially because Jamie Lee Curtis did so many other horror projects in the 80s, like as her fame was rising at that time. The Fog, Prom Night, stuff like that. Neve Campbell doesn't. She didn't she didn't do all that work like Jamie Lee Curtis did. Okay. I'm super behind on the chat. My bad. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah. Oh, Mia Goth. She is definitely a contender. She is up there for sure. Wow. I think that's really hard for me. In terms of like her range, the amount of horror projects she's done, I probably would definitely say it's Mia Goth. But just in terms of like who cast the widest net and like culturally who's had the most impact, I have to say Jenna Ortega. That's really hard. It's a really hard question. This has gone off the rails from horror news, but I'm fine with it, honestly. Anya Taylor-Joy, absolutely. She is horror royalty. Yes. But I don't think she's gonna stay with us. Like, I think that, girlies like Mia Goth that are staying within the genre, I'd be more inclined to put them above her in terms of who has the crown, because Anya Taylor-Joy is just a star in general these days. Like Dune, hello. I mean, she's got crazy filmography. Hello. Saw a video of someone saying conventions were better back in the day. When I went in, I think it was 2021, there were like a bunch of restrictions. So I think like you had to be vaccinated, you had to have like proof of vaccination, you had to wear a mask, et cetera, et cetera. I was living for that because like the crowds were so manageable and it just was so much more fun. Like, oh my God, the line to get in, I didn't even go to CreepyCon this year because I was like, fuck that. In 2023, we waited for over an hour in line just to get into the convention, which apparently is kind of normal. I didn't know that. I'm not a girl that waits in line. I'm sorry, fuck that. I hate it, especially being like outdoors in the direct sunlight in Los Angeles, like hot, absolutely not. Even in February, it was miserable. I was like, I'm not doing that again. And I don't want to pay VIP prices just to like then have to pay more to get a picture with somebody. Like I'm sick of it. I don't like convention culture. Like it was a rude awakening last year for me. I would definitely believe that conventions were better back in the day, but it's happening across the board in terms of like amusement parks and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys saw the new like Star Wars hotel video by Jenny Nicholson that's kind of like gone viral in the past like couple weeks or so, because she talks about the fact that amusement parks used to offer all of these amenities for free, like the fast passes, I don't know, just like all types of stuff that got thrown in with the price of the ticket. And now once you show up to the park, all of that stuff costs extra. And I feel like it's the exact same thing with conventions too, because they just oversell the tickets. So then once you get there, you're like, well, fuck, like I need a front of the line pass. The same thing happened with Horror Nights. I don't think I'm going to go to Universal Horror Nights this year because the lines have gotten out of control. Even if you pay for the fast pass, sometimes you're still waiting at least 30 minutes in line, even if you have a fast pass. Like, no. Tangent. Sorry. But anyway, finding a place to stay is pricey, just hemorrhaging money. In a small con in my hometown, I met Danielle Harris. The pick alone was $40. Yeah. And I feel like that's not even my main complaint, because a lot of these actors are not like, I mean, their time is definitely worth that. And once they're gone and passed away, like I felt perfectly fine spending $40 to like, no. I think I spent $60 to get a picture with Nick Castle and also get an autographed photo of him. Felt perfectly fine spending that money. Because it just felt like that was worth it. That was like actually kind of a once in a lifetime, like he is an icon in the industry and in horror. But like for a lot of people, it feels a little bit more like a fleeting moment. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to spend $40 on everybody here. Like some of the pricing just doesn't, whatever. But their time is worth that money. And a lot of them are like not really employed doing actual acting gigs anymore. And like, that's kind of how they make their money. So I have respect for like the talent that is there. What I don't have respect for is the conventions that oversell the tickets. And so it's just not even worth it to like try to meet them. Like the last time I was at CreepyCon, like Skeet Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy, Matthew Lillard, they were all there. Their lines were so long on both days that me and my friend were just like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, we're going to spend like an entire day just in the Matthew Lillard line. Like, respect if you guys are down for that. We were not. Anyway, let's get back to, let's reel it in. I wonder if Mike Flanagan will take elements from all of William Blatty's work and other Exorcist movies, like how he takes so many ideas and fuses them together in his shows. I would imagine he would pay homage to the best parts of the franchise. That's what I imagine he would do. Sparrow, are you coming back? Oh, hi. There she is. There's the girl. Oh, slippery. Ouch. Ouch. Can you see her? I don't know. Oh, Florence Pugh. But yet again, it's the same thing as Anya Taylor-Joy, where like she is out there in other genres as well. Somebody also mentioned Barbara Crampton. Yes. Oh, don't you bite my tripod, Sparrow. She growled at me. You were biting on my tripod. She's going to knock over my $1,300 camera. Don't complain at me. Anyway, Barbara Crampton, she's the queen of the B-movie, baby. She is the queen of the B-movie horror industry. Absolutely. I'll give her that. Oh, Micah Monroe. Oh, she's a fave. She's a fave. I wish I could give her the title of like queen of the indie horror. You know, queen of indie horror. But I would say that also might go to Mia Goth. I don't know. Hi, Doug. Please don't step on the wire. Please don't do it. Oh my gosh. I don't know how pixely I am, but look, here's Doug. Mwah. Doug is a sweet baby. Doug, why don't you go to bed? Huh? Why don't you go up to bed? Huh? Okay, there you go. Oh, today's your birthday? Oh my gosh. Two of my favorite horror YouTubers streaming today, which is cool. Who else is streaming? Yeah, if Florence Pugh did more horror, she'd be a contender. Absolutely. Longlegs is... Ugh. No, Nosferatu is still my most anticipated. I think Longlegs is number 2. I think it's number 2. And Watcher, that is also coming out soon. I'm excited. Toni Collette. Yeah, wow. Since, I don't know if she did any horror before The Sixth Sense, but she's been in the genre for quite a while. But yeah, if she did more horror and was like more consistent in the genre, then I would absolutely say she's a contender for like the modern queen. Absolutely. Yeah, what did you think of Jenny's video? I thought it was very illuminating. Oh, she's made more. Listen, I'm not going to cover Scream news. I'm not following it. I'm not going to talk about it, honestly. So I'm not up to date on that. Oh, Bruce Campbell, yes, king of the B movies, absolutely. I would say he definitely is. Everyone is doing cons, lesser known celebrities who need the money, and people who have no issue finding jobs. That's true. I think that they both should be there, though, honestly. Like, it's just a lot of the pricing just seems kind of unfair, in my opinion. Oh, is there a nice actor you want to play against type and play a horror villain? I'd love to see Anya Taylor-Joy try it. I would love that too. Like, give her Mia Goth moment or something. Yes. Oh, somebody nice. I was just talking about the opposite in my Strangers video, how I want Richard Brake to finally get to play a nice character as opposed to always being typecast as some type of villain. Oh, Doug is barking. Please don't bark. But a nice actor playing a villain. Anya Taylor-Joy, you kind of nailed it. I'm struggling to think. I think basic to say like Florence Pugh too. Does she play any type of villain in the Dune movies? I have not watched those. So I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about that. God. I don't know. I've also, because I'm trying to think, like a lot of my favorite actors, like Samara Weaving, she already has played antagonists and she did a great job at it. Loved it. So I'm struggling to think. It's like a lot of my favorite actors that have done nice roles or whatever, like they have really good range. They've already done it. I don't know. Yeah, cats love to chew on wires. But this one does too. Apparently, allegedly, she doesn't chew on any of my wires during the whole stay, but allegedly she does. How can we have a conversation about Scream Queens and not include the one? I'm not there yet. Don't even play. Hello, glad that you caught a live show. Yeah, me and Goth and Michael Monroe, they can sit side by side on their thrones. Absolutely. Sigourney Weaver, she paved the way for a lot of final girls. I will give her that. Absolutely. Let's see. I regret asking the Queen of Horror question. Now I think of it, so hard to just pick. You can't. There's eras, and there's multiple people in each era, and it's a loaded topic. It's a really, really loaded topic. Oh, it's your birthday tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited for Trap 2. Happy early birthday. Yeah, Melissa Barrera playing a villain. I feel like her character in Abigail was meant to be kind of ambiguous, like a little bit of an anti-hero, I guess, but it just wasn't that deep. Like she just wasn't fleshed out enough. So I agree. I would love to see her as more of like a full-on villain. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, Haley Steinfeld. I can't really imagine her as a horror villain. I don't know about that. Oh, Josh Hutcherson. He's the villain in The Beekeeper. Did you guys see that? That really stupid movie with Jason Statham where, he's doing like the cool guy action hero thing and it's about like tech safety and some company that's like, stealing money from elderly people, and Josh Hutcherson is like kind of behind everything. He played the villain in that. He did a really, really good job. I loved him in that movie. He was just like this asshole, like trust fund kid that rode a skateboard around the office and had a really shitty bleach dyed job highlights, and he was great. He did a really good job at that. I'd love to see him do more of that. Absolutely. Anyway, I guess we've kind of gotten really off the rails from the horror news. If you're watching this from the future, I'm so sorry, because what a low quality stream this has been. And also that we've gotten so off topic to what the thumbnail said. I'm sorry about that. I do have like some other smaller pieces of news. This one, I'm coming at you with this way too late, but speaking of Florence Pugh, Midsommar, the director's cut, is coming to theaters, I think for the first time. I don't know if the director's cut has ever been shown in theaters like internationally, but it is now. It's coming back to IMAX on June 20th for the summer solstice. And I'm like, they heard about my plans. They knew that I was releasing a deep dive of Midsommar on June 17th. And it's just all going to line up so well, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm really excited about that, but apparently I learned about it too late. I saw online that it had been announced like 10 hours earlier. And so then I go and I'm hunting down all the IMAX showings near me, and all the nearest ones are like 45 minutes away. Annoying. And they're like all already full. And I'm like, this was just announced. Like AMC hasn't even sent out like an email of like, oh, Midsommar tickets are on sale. Maybe they have. Maybe it went to like my junk folder or something. Boo. But yeah, it's like all basically already sold out. So maybe people haven't heard about it in your area. If you have an IMAX theater near you, I'm so jealous. I think that you should absolutely get in on that. Yeah, they're going to be showing the director's cut of Midsommar in IMAX. I'm so jealous of everyone that booked that already. But I don't know if I'd want to be in like a supremely packed theater for that movie experience. I like it quiet. I like digesting that movie in the quiet of my own home, to be honest. But, it'll be great. I wish I was going. Anyway, I'm just like coming up with excuses to not be upset about it, I guess. Yeah, everyone's answers show there's no wrong answer. Absolutely. Don Trumbo said there's no heroes, there's no villains, or only victims. Wait, what? Really felt that. I suppose in real life, maybe. Currently now watching one of the next to the Lost Boys, the gayest horror movie, Freddy's Revenge. I just watched that last night. I rewatched it last night. Yeah. Wish Mark Patton was in more mainstream horror. He was great in that movie. He's my favorite thing about the movie. Like, he's actually my favorite thing about that movie. I so wish the same. I wish that he became an iconic scream queen. Scream king. Excuse me. So bad. Anyway. Here's some horror news. I'm at work and still 3 hours to go. Smell you later. Boo, no. Oh, you loved Beekeeper. Somebody saw it. Especially Cut Off Fingers. I really enjoyed that movie. I really did. I did. Oh, yeah. Ivantika. I agree. She was just in Tarot, wasn't she? I missed that one. I was gone. I was not around to see that one. And I heard that it wasn't really worth seeing anyways. I'll watch it and try to catch up on it before the end of the year so I can include it in like my ranking of every 2024 horror release, of course. But I heard I wasn't really missing out on much. When I finish my full-length script for Liked, you should... Whoa. Dog started barking. CC? No. It's okay. It's all right, everybody. Okay, I'm going to... I should send it to Anya. Wait. Anya Josephine Marie Taylor. Is that her full name? Anya Taylor-Joy? Listen, I don't know. Do you guys want to go out? I'm just going to double check on the dogs. Okay, all right. I'll be right back. Everything's all good. Nobody's getting into anything. Nobody's asking to go out. They just had a little tiff. We're all good. I think it's so funny somebody here has seen Beekeeper. I had fun at that movie. 3-star film. Not very good. Enjoyed my time. Love Jason Statham. Anyways, end of thought. I don't think that I'll have the means to send my script to Anya Taylor-Joy, but I love your enthusiasm. I need to watch Midsommar with my... Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I'd be so jealous if you guys hadn't seen the movie yet. I've never seen the director's cut. I've heard that it is a little too long. Like, some things are kind of drawn out. And so, like, to most people, they feel like the studio cuts were acceptable. Like, the studio cut of the movie is the better of the two. So if you've never seen it before, I don't know, take that into consideration. But I'm very jealous of people that are going to get to see it in theaters. Can't wait to see your next film. Didn't miss anything with Tarot. Thank you. Appreciate the excitement. Stoked for the Midsommar deep dive. My horror cult has the director's cut, and we screened our Blu-ray on our... Oh! So cool seeing it for a private party. That is very cool. Yes, I've seen Phantasm. I have indeed. Excited that my horror cult and I are going to be in Salem during the summer solstice weekend. Never been there, hoping all the hype is true and encounter witchy vibes. I want to go to Salem so bad. I am going to be entering Liked. We're getting... I'll have another update for the patrons probably in like... I would say another like week and a half, not this week's bonus video, but the one after that. I'll probably have another like post-production update, but we're getting through post-production. Like, we're definitely going to be finished on time for a lot of the major deadlines for the festivals that I want to submit to, including Salem Horror Fest. And if it makes it into that festival, I have decided that I'm going to do everything in my power to make it out to Salem, to like actually physically be at the festival and see Salem. That is the dream. It's the dream. I'm so happy that you get to be in Salem. That's so cool. I also heard actually that Tarot was enjoyable. But yeah, for the most part, that generic, not good, whatever. Hello. Anya Taylor-Joy, I don't think she's Hispanic. I think, was it her dad's side of the family that's from Spain? Oh God, the PS4. What is this? Get real. Get real. I guess I should probably turn on like the main light in the room. It's just such disgusting lighting. Hold on. Ugh. Nasty like orange lighting, and it's not even bright enough. Nah, forget that. Forget that. Forget that. Not good enough. Anyway, oh, thank you. Don't know if this is relevant, but Yara Zaid did a video on how we missed out on Aaliyah's punk horror era. I agree. I wish we could have seen her in more horror movies. Oh, I know nothing about that. Yara Zaid. I'm gonna look her up in a separate tab so I just don't forget about that. Okay. Oh, I found her. Oh, how do I not know this person? She talk about movies or yeah. She talks about movies, yes. How do I know about this person? Anyways, YouTube is so vast. There's so many people I don't know about. But I appreciate that. Good point. I'm sure she's right. Who here thought the Nun movies were scary? Not me, but I do really like the first Nun movie. I think it's very fun, very campy. Love rewatching it. So stupid. Love it. Am I the same height as the tall man from Phantasm? Maybe just about. I'm a big girl. I don't know. Oh, from Argentina. Oh, British Argentinian? But she's Scottish. She has a Scottish accent. Since like Britain sort of stole Scotland's independence, is being Scottish considered being Britain? Is it considered being British? I actually like genuinely don't know that. Which if my friends were here that I'm staying with, one is English and the other is Scottish, they would read me to filth for not knowing that. But anyway, hello. Oh, hello. No worries. Did I see? Oh, yeah. I think we very briefly talked about this last time. My Bloody Valentine is being rebooted. Hope it's more like the OG and not the remake. Wonder if that's OG director. Yeah, that's what I talked about. I think in our last horror news. Yeah, no, I definitely did talk about that because I was like, George Mihalka has been holding out hope all this time for like over 40 years to make a sequel. He was interviewed now, I guess, probably like several years ago, saying that he still would want to make a sequel. So I'm like, let him. But I'm sure that's probably going to be like, you don't think they'd make a requel, do you? No, right? No. I really hope not. Yeah, I would want it to be a sequel to the original, maybe. Well, no, because I don't know how much I'm really in the mood for another requel with the original characters. I like how their story was left so ambiguous. But do I want them to start completely fresh? Like, how would that not feel just like a remake? These are very difficult questions. I don't know. The best answer is just to hire George Mihalka and let him go with whatever his sequel idea has been for all these years. That's my vote. Okay? That's my vote. I don't know what the tall man's voice sounds like. I don't remember. No, I haven't watched Last Stop at Yuma County. It's Robert Crampton and Sierra. I don't know who that is. She's an underrated scream queen. Oh, apparently. I've heard Cody Leach saying good things about that movie, and I think Celeste as well. Yeah, I've heard of that one, but I really don't know anything about it. I'm planning to watch it if I ever can. Excuse me. Oh my god. Excuse me. I think that's literally what I said during the last stream. I was like, let George make it before he dies. I don't know how old he is now, but it makes me nervous. So, mailed my second package today. I know your birthday's coming up. It is coming up. I don't know when I'll get them either. Just want you to know. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, there's no point to a prequel because they spell it out even in the OG movie. I don't even remember the old movie, which I don't care either way if it's connected to the OG or the remake. Nothing there. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want a prequel. I don't think that would really be on the table. I feel like we read an article together and I don't think we really got any information out of it, but I'm pretty sure I remember in the article they were speculating that it would be some kind of reboot. So I don't know, and I don't need it. You know what I mean? Help my vape died. I don't know that struggle, brother. Gonna have to figure it out. I know I've only seen the first movie and I don't remember it. I hate to disappoint. But anyway, let me see what I had other like little tidbits. Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once is also going to be re-released in IMAX. That's on August 28th. So if you somehow missed that movie in theaters, even though that one had legs, oh my God, that was in theaters for like over a year. Let's see. Oh yeah, the A24 releases from this year. What were they going to be? Oh yeah, so there's one called The Front Room, and that's releasing September 6th, so relatively soon, in a couple months. A young couple takes in an ailing stepmother who has long been estranged. And then they also have one called Heretic on November 15th. And I'm trying to, missionaries become ensnared in a deadly game after they knock on the wrong door. I am personally the most excited for Heretic. I think that sounds so funny. I hope that it's some kind of like dark comedy, but I have no idea. Let me see if it like specifies. Oh no, they didn't link an article. Boo, boo. I guess I don't want to know any more information. I want to be surprised by that movie. That just sounds like such a funny premise because like I mean, it's a good log line. I'm definitely interested, but I kind of wish that they hadn't spoiled that because to me, people coming door to door, like I'm at my house, I'm for sure gonna have like a no solicitors sign because leave me alone. Like, don't knock on my door and come try to sell me something. Don't try to sell me your religion. No, like, no. To me, like, those people are kind of spooky because the fact they feel comfortable coming to people's private property and doing all that, and like in some cases invading their space, like if they're trying to sell like an MLM vacuum or something, like get out of my face with that. I think it'd be really cool if they initially in that movie like framed the people knocking at the doors as being frightening and then they flipped the script. But now we already know that like, ooh, they knocked at the wrong door, so that we already know the script is kind of going to be flipped. Anyways, I'm still excited for it. So that's probably, I guess, my most anticipated release of November, because I can't remember what else we've heard about from November. And also, I don't really know like what the October lineup is going to be theatrically. I feel like this being my job and like how constantly I'm always staying up on the news, I should just know off the top of my head what the October releases are going to be, and I just don't. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be excited for. I guess like now in June and July is going to be around the time, probably like July, when we start seeing the October horror trailers and all that stuff. But I feel like at this point it should be announced. Like we should at least like know. Do we know? Am I behind? Let me know, because I've been out in the world. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, which one are you guys more excited for? Hate it when trailers tell you the whole movie. I agree. And I don't need to see a trailer for these movies. I'm excited either way. I mean, it's A24. They typically have really good taste with their distribution. Although I do think that Neon, as a distribution company, kind of might be coming for the crown. Like A24 and Neon are neck and neck in terms of their horror releases. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're both doing really well. I guess we'll have to see which is better, Maxine or Cuckoo, because that's A24 and then that's Neon, and who knows, baby? Who knows? My most recent anticipated movie is Longlegs. Yep, keep seeing the trailer. It's already hooked me. Really interested to see what kookiness, if any, that Nicolas Cage gets his crazy ass into. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, Terrifier 3. Oh, I thought that one was October 25th. Did it get moved up? I missed that. The Door Knocker from Scary Movie 2. Oh, I wish I remembered like anything about that movie. I'm sorry, I don't get your reference. Hey, I have some time to tell you about Amway. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, or like the Kirby vacuums. Excited to see the one with Melissa Brer and Nicholas Hoult. Me too. I'm very, very much anticipating that movie. Nicholas Hoult, a scream king. He really is. Like Warm Bodies, The Menu, Renfield. He's done really, really good work in the genre. I love him. And now this, like, I'm hoping it's kind of on par with The Menu. That's what I'm really hoping for from the one. Tales from the Crypt, Death of a Salesman. Oh, I'll have to watch that. Oh yeah, Sony's gonna make a noir Spider-Man with Nick as noir Spidey. I did know that. Yeah, which is, I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't that, but I swear I saw something about that being live action, and I was like, what? But I don't think that's right. A black and white movie. Saw the trailer in 2019. It's about a blind woman who gets glasses, which helps her see, but through it she can also see an entity slowly closing towards her. Can anyone help with the name? Oh my gosh, I don't think I've heard of that. I certainly haven't seen that trailer. Wow. Yeah, Shutter Neon on A24, the big three of horror right now. Which, how ironic, because Blumhouse still dominates the box office. Actually, no, yeah, because like just last year, for example, like The Exorcist Believer made more money than Talk to Me, but Talk to Me did very, very well, made over $100 million. So we love. It's just so ironic because I completely agree with this statement. And yet Blumhouse is still making all the money. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Agree. Long Legs is also by Neon. Oh, I think Neon might win this year over A24. Man, I've been drinking so slow. It's not typical for me. Nick Cage doesn't turn anything down, lucky for us. But I feel like he's still selective. Like, it doesn't feel to me like he does anything random. I genuinely believe he's still like choosing projects that he really wants to do. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously not as picky as other people. Like, he'll take a much smaller check than most people will. I think he just likes working. Like, he just likes acting, you know? He just likes it, you know? So I'd be so curious to see like what projects, if any, he actually does turn down. But like, there is a consistent pattern. There's a really consistent theme. Like, I think he is doing what he wants to do, you know? Ralph Fiennes, he's in the menu and he's fantastic in it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Blumhouse makes horror movies for non-horror fans. Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad. Like, I feel like their audience is primarily teenagers, which when I was a teenager, loved that. But also when I was a teenager, they were innovating. Like, they had their own franchises that kickstarted in the late 2000s / early 2010s. And they built their studio and their brand on those really cool, unique franchises like The Purge and Insidious and Paranormal Activity, stuff that was really groundbreaking and innovative for the time. And now they're just like, nah, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. It's fine. We can just cater to teenagers, and that's fine. That's fine. I think Imaginary was Imaginary or Night Swim. I think one of the two was rated R. Can't remember. Both of them are for teenagers anyways. It doesn't matter. Neon But Revenge on Shudder. Just watched it and loved it. It's on my list. Like, I know it'll be a tough watch for me, but I do intend on watching that one. 2024 is almost half over. Don't remind me. But nice to see what the rest of the year has for us. Sounds like from this broadcast, we have some stuff. I think we have some stuff to look forward to. I think this year is going to shape up to be a better year than last year for horror, in my opinion. I feel like last year we had, Scream 6, we had Evil Dead Rise, we had Talk to Me. For me, we didn't have a whole lot beyond that in the horror genre. I know I'm forgetting some stuff, obviously, but like, it was, it was a slower year. I feel like this year is going to be better. And I'm really, really excited for, what's it called? The Substance. Have you guys heard of that? It stars Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore, and it like blew the lid off of Cannes, apparently. Was it at Cannes that it premiered? Cannes just happened, so I think it was there. And apparently, like, it's a horror movie for the sickos. Like, it is body horror. It is heavy on like the social commentary and I think like beauty standards and stuff like that. And I am like relevant. I'm here for it. Give it to me now. That one, I think they announced is releasing into theaters September 20th, if I'm not mistaken. I am very, very, very excited for that movie. Even just looking at the poster, there's like a girl laying on the bathroom floor and she has like these huge stitches all the way up her spine. I'm like, it's going to be a really hard movie for me to watch. I feel like it's going to be very David Cronenbergian. I feel like that's kind of going to be the vibe. Also, have not really been seeing good reviews for his newest movie, or his daughter's directorial debut, Humane. Humane, I think, might be getting better reviews than Cronenberg's new film, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where you can watch your loved ones decompose in real time at the cemetery, which the concept of that sounds so interesting to me. Like, I'm still excited to see it. I don't care if people don't like it. I'm gonna watch the new David Cronenberg film. I'm going off the rails, but there's stuff to be excited about, man. I think big studios make horror for general audiences, unfortunately, but like, when you think of the scale of Neon and A24 especially, A24 is a massive brand now. I mean, it's just like a multi-million dollar corporation. So I would have to disagree because they're still putting out really interesting stuff. Totally agree with Blumhouse just being the basic studio to make the most basic mainstream stuff. Us true maggots are part of the cult of actually scary effed up movies, match our freaks. True. How cute. How cute. Love to have a tribe that matches each other's freaks. I'm 17 and Blumhouse movies rarely appeal to me. You're ahead of the curve. Like, you're here, you know, you're ahead of the curve. Trust me. I don't think that I have many teenagers that follow me and engage with me very much, to be honest. Hello. Summer's going to be great for horror. I agree. I agree completely. Yeah, we finally get some updates on Welcome to Derry. Almost forgot about the show. You know, I think, yeah, in the article where they announced Bill Skarsgård was on, I think they mentioned it's coming out next year still, but they didn't even give us like a rough time frame on it. Really, just next year. I'm assuming probably like fall of next year. I would assume. I love Margaret Qualley. Yeah, Sorry Nice Guys, fell in love with her in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, definitely look like her. Excited to see The Substance. I've been told I look like her. Indeed. Indeed, yes. Similar features. Oh, you finally watched Evil Dead Rise. Nice. Excited for Nosferatu. Yeah, I'm sad she's not in it too, because she wanted to be. I think she was attached to it for like a second, and then it just didn't work out. Sad. Watched a movie called Eczema. It's going to be dropping on Shudder on the 14th. Oh, thanks for the heads up. Thank you for the heads up. Once I'm back in the States, I'm going to be keeping so much more up to date on Shudder releases. I promise. What do I think movie theaters need to do to get more people to go? This is like, it's such a loaded question because I feel like everyone has a different opinion. I don't know. And also, I feel like it's going to be different everywhere because, like, for example, like Cody Leach always talks about how movie theater rules are never implemented where he goes to the theaters. Like, people are always talking or on their phones. In my experience, in my area, that is not an issue. Like, I think probably because I'm closer to LA, the people that go to the movies, like, it's just culturally more ingrained. It's not just like a fun thing you take your family to on the weekends where I live. It's like people are actually very, very invested in cinema. So that's not a problem where I live. Like, and also like the pricing of the tickets, it's so reasonable. Like, yeah, maybe if you don't have the monthly deal with your theater or something and you want to see something in the Dolby Cinema, yeah, those tickets are probably going to be like between $15 to $20. But like if you have, like, I have the deal where I pay like $24 a month. You know, I never have to pay anything extra unless it's like a Fathom event or something, and that's super rare. So I also don't think it's the price. I do think that like rules obviously should be more implemented in theaters, especially at places that are like particularly unruly. But honestly, like, I think if people want to see a movie, they're gonna go see it. Like, I think that's the main thing. It was less than a year ago that we had Barbenheimer, Barbie making $1 billion. Like, I just think it's kind of goofy. Like, this discourse is not new. Think back to like 1982. John Carpenter's The Thing flopped. There was another huge movie, like, culturally from that year that flopped as well. That's just like stood the test of time. That's not generally something that I really worry about. Like, the models of the industry are always going to be in flux. And that's just going to be like part of the conversation every now and again, I think. But movie theaters have persisted, and I think that they will continue to persist. Like, I don't know. Just put good movies in theaters, honestly. Sometimes it takes critics a while to catch up with the craziness of David Cronenberg movies. Yeah, that's why like it hasn't swayed me at all. Yeah. Yeah, almost forgot the show was happening. I mentioned that earlier. I was like, is this just their way of trying to keep us like strung along and like make us remember that the show exists? And oh, here we go again. Mamma mia, this is yeah. Jesus Christ. This is absurd. I'm gonna log off soon anyways. I really apologize. Not been a very professional stream. My bad, everybody. I'm just wake up, PS4. There we go. Thanks for the tip about the controller, by the way, Bethany. Crowds can be hard for me in the States sometimes. I would assume it's hard for a lot of Americans. Yes, that's also a thing. Can we get some gun reform, please? But let's not touch that. Anyways, the first video you saw was my review of Crimes of the Future. Oh my god. Yeah, that video did pretty well at the time. I guess it's not too surprising, but yeah. Oh, you feel his pain. I saw the new Planet of the Apes, and there was a grown man who would not stop talking. Ugh! His friend didn't even do anything. So annoying. That's so annoying. I would have told, like, when that happens to me, I will say something. There was, I told the story, I'm pretty sure, when I saw Insidious The Red Door, there was a woman with a baby and several very, very young children in the movie. This baby was like brand new. Like it was like less than 6 months old. It was crying nonstop. And I told her like I was going to go get a manager. And she left finally, but like several people had complained. Nothing had happened. Like she went and she was like playing with a toy with her baby in like the hallway of the movie theater, and the toy was super loud and like had flashing lights and stuff. Someone went and complained. She like came back to her seat. The baby was still crying. And I just was like, you have to leave. Like you can't. Insane to bring an actual like newborn baby to Insidious The Red Door. What are we doing? Anyway, that wasn't in LA. I was visiting my parents up in Northern California, so maybe it is more of an epidemic in other places, but oh, that was really my only experience like that. Yeah. Oh, sadly, won't get a continuation of Jessica's story in Evil Dead Rise. You never know. You never know. I don't know. Hello, gracious leader. Just gotten off work. Well, welcome. No, not too much. It's been a bit of an eventful stream with a lot of technical difficulties, like a lot of them. But my next stream, I'm going to be back in good old California. We won't have to worry about this again for a long time. So yeah, you haven't missed out on too much. This live stream will definitely be more of a podcast for most, I think, especially on the rewatch. Oh, Insidious 5, there were these teen girls that make weird jokes and keep their phone flashlights on. What? Oh, okay. Maybe it is more of a problem than I'm familiar with. It was dark. I know I live in the Midwest. It's pretty expensive. Wait, really? Our theater in the college town over just announced its closure. No. Oh, but it's in a dying mall. Well, I follow this writer, Zoe Rose Bryant, and she lives in Nebraska. And says that like movie theater tickets are between like $7 to $9. Maybe I'm just like unaware with the Midwest plight of going to the theater, because apparently it's pretty cheap in Nebraska, but I don't know about where you live. It's sad though, announcing a closure, that sucks. When I saw Abigail and AMC Theaters, two couples in the back of the theater talk too much throughout the movie. That's annoying. Okay, maybe this is a big problem. Yeah, but I think this is what it is. I really think the problem is more industry deep. Hollywood giving films overinflated budgets that aren't appealing too much. Yeah, there's streaming. People can wait to watch it at home, and shortened theatrical runs. Yeah, like there's just not as much of an incentive when you know it's not going to be, well, okay, for me personally, it's more of an incentive to see it in the theaters because I know that it's going to have such a short run. Like I saw the TV Glow. Upsetting. I'm missing it. And I think it was only going to be in theaters for like 2 weeks. Like that sucks. But yeah, it's like, stop making $200 million movies, make $10 million movies. every single movie that a studio makes should not be like this huge risk that they're taking. It's asinine. That's a really, really good point, George. Neglected to mention that. But yeah, people need to be way more aware of cinema etiquette. Absolutely. Nebraska prices are cheap compared to where I live. Tickets are at least $10 or more where I'm from. Some theaters are better with the rules than others, but it's pricey to go anyway. And the food too. I don't eat theater food. I don't like it. So I mean, yeah, I'm sure that that's an annoying cost. And I know that it's not reasonable, like for theaters as like a family outing. Like I recognize that is very expensive, the economy, absolutely. But I don't know, just like if you love movies and that's the only reason why you go to the theater, it just it feels reasonable to me. But I only know my experience. So what you gonna do? I agree. No comedy should cost over $100 million. Absolutely. Texas, where I'm from, average ticket is $10 the most, $15 for IMAX. That seems reasonable to me. That's it. Like, I don't know, but I also don't know what your theaters are like. My theaters are, they're luxe. They're very nice. They've got like reclining seats. There's heaters in the seats. We've got the Dolby Cinema. The sound is really good. Nice air conditioning. There's good theater etiquette where I live. So I'm probably just living in a bubble. I'll recognize that. But I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Obviously, like Hollywood should stop spending so much money on movies. I wish that more. Oh, I would love, like, why doesn't like a nonprofit studio exist? Like just to make art, just make movies for the art. Would love that. But alas, I feel like the closest thing we have to that right now is Shudder. They take a lot of chances on people. A lot of them don't work out, but Shudder is like, hey, we'll have at least 1 or 2 hits a year. Let's take a chance on these people. And I really appreciate that. Not sponsored. Anyway, I am going to sign off now. I can't believe I didn't even finish 2 drinks on this stream. That's what. Too much. Oh, okay. Good tip. We'll leave you with this. If you're interested with keeping up with what goes on in the box office, subscribe to and watch Sean Chandler. He has excellent content and breakdown of what happens at the box office. Okay, good to know. I feel like you guys have mentioned him before. I'm sorry. I don't really watch movie review content. There are like a few podcasts that I watch on YouTube, but whenever I'm watching something, like I'm trying to watch a movie because this is my job, so I just don't watch a lot of other creators. So yeah, thanks for the tip. I think you guys have mentioned it before. Yeah, check him out if you're interested in that. I hope that this was enjoyable. I'm sorry there weren't so many topics to cover. I'm sorry for all the tangents. I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope that you guys did too, especially since I was having technical difficulties. But yeah, I'm really glad so many of our regulars made it. I had a good time. I will indeed chug, finish this before I go, right? Bellissimo. Ah, wonderful. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will be seeing you. I'll be really jet lagged this upcoming week, so hopefully you will get me at another 12 p.m. PST stream next Saturday. Until then, take care of yourselves, drink water, and have a good day.